Shalom, shalom. Hope everybody doing all right today. I just wanted to do a little video. First of all, giving all honor and praises to the Most High God, in the name of His Son, Hamashiach Havashah. Man, Captain Nehemiah with the battle axes. I just want to bring a little video out, man. Start talking about different events. And one that caught my eye was Master J, the leader of Nfac, got arrested. And if you in the truth, that shouldn't be shocking because we know what we up against. Like, I'm not against the brother, and I'm not against our brothers standing up for themselves, but we in captivity right now. We can't be doing certain things. We got to take our punishment, man. We got to take what the Most High is dishing out to us. And in fact, hold on. Because we are yet this day in our captivity. So we got to finish our punishment. And in that time that we in activity, it's something that we should be doing. Go to Baruch, book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse. Let's start at 27. Comfort, O my children, and cry unto God, for ye shall be remembered of him. Brought these things upon you, or as it was your mind to go astray from God. So being returned, seek him 10 times more. Some of these 10 times more, man. So the brother know he was an Israelite, not against us standing up for ourselves, but it's going to put us in the line of fire when we should be taking this time to seek the Most High God 10 times more. So let me play this clip.
He proclaimed black militia group to Louisville. Tonight, John Johnson is in the Oldham County Jail. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the night team. I'm Doug Proffitt. Johnson brought the NFAC to Louisville twice at the height of the protests over Breonna Taylor's death. As the night team's Jesse Cohen reports, he's facing federal charges, accused of pointing an assault weapon at police back in September.
Arrested at his home in Ohio, NFAC leader John Johnson, known as Grandmaster J, is now in the Oldham County Jail on federal charges. Court documents provide these two photos from September, the day before the Derby at Jefferson Square Park. Police say it shows Johnson holding an assault rifle pointed towards law enforcement officers on the roof above him.
With rights comes responsibilities, and it's pretty obvious that that was an irresponsible action on his part.
Dave Muchler, the press secretary with the FOP, says federal investigations are more deliberate, so he's not surprised by the 3-month timeline.
That the FOP is satisfied that the federal government is bringing those charges.
But local advocate and pastor Tim Finley says the timing is not just.
To use this and to make this move 3 months later speaks of the flawed, ridiculous, racist, unfair policing structure in this city. Grandmaster J is a national figure. So this once again makes Louisville look like the hot spot of racism.
I interviewed Johnson the day after those photos were taken, Derby Day. He had pulled his crew back from Churchill Downs after running into protesters.
Protesters aren't organized. Protesters are emotional. That is dangerous. And a bunch of innocent people could get killed.
But regardless of those feelings, Finley says these charges are shameful.
So while there may have been some ruffled feathers here and there, we were all wanting justice for Breonna Taylor.
In their first protest rally in July, Johnson said they would burn down the city.
And all y'all thought we was gonna show up with torches and burn the joint down. That was figurative. It meant that we would burn down something, and we burned down the wallets.
Grandmaster J is still in custody and has a detention and a preliminary hearing tomorrow at 2 p.m. For the night team, I'm Jesse Cohen.
He goes by.
As we see trying to do things that the Edomites do. We can't do the things that the Edomites do, man. We want to form militias. You're showing the left hand what your right hand doing. We can't do that. If you want to own guns and things of that nature, that's fine. That's legal to do. You don't want to let them know what you're doing and then put it out there on blast, and then now they coming for you. See, we know the Most High God rather than trying to get at the Edomites. They live by the sword. They gonna die by the sword. It's the same thing. So we can't be over here trying to fight the same way that they fight. We not the same as them. The blessings are different. The Hebrew Israelites, and he knew that. He know we the Hebrew Israelites too. I heard him say it. So we should be focusing on rather than focusing on the damn Edomite, man. That's not going to put us anything for worrying about it. And we already got an example of this with Christ. We got the higher power with us. Why do we need to going out here like that they not going to do nothing to them? And then we want to cry when they treating us a certain type of way. If we got to understand who we are. We are the children of the Most High God. We got a different playbook we got to play by. This is their country. They can do all that. They're not going to do it to us. For us, they're going to do whatever they want to do to us. And when we got organizations with a figurehead, that nation and that organization going to crumble, and they know that. But being in the truth, they can't take away our figurehead. They can't take he's already gone, and he's going to return back here. So we should be focused on pleasing our God rather than trying to go against man. Through chapter 26 and verse, start at 50. Because Christ talked to us about Simon Peter. He wanted to stand up for Christ, but Christ told him something. Let's read that. And Yahushua said unto him, come. Then came they and laid hands on Yahushua and took him. And behold, one of them which with Yahushua stretched out his hand, sword, and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear. Then said Yahushua unto him, put up again place, for all they that take sword shall perish with sword. He who lives by the sword shall die by the sword, is what Christ. That's what's going on in our neighborhoods with our brothers with the black on black crime and the brown on brown crime. You want to live by the sword, then you're going to die by the sword. Verse, think of thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels, and shall the scriptures be fulfilled, that thus it must be. In that same hour said Yahushua multitude, are ye come out with swords and staves for to take me? I say daily with you teaching in the temple, and you laid no hands on me. Showing, man, he can call up the Father anytime that he wants to, especially at that time when he was right there with the disciples. Peter, we finna get that John 18. Like, bro, you don't think I can call the Father and 12 legions of angels to come save me? We got to realize the power that we dealing with, man. We can't sit and then we can handle this stuff. We got ourselves put in this situation, but the only way we can get ourselves out is coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Let's go to John 18 and 8. Salaki. How shall I answer? I have told you that I am he. If therefore ye seek me, wait. Well, that's a real brother right there. He telling the man, if you seeking me, let my brothers go. Verse 9. That the which he spake of them which thou gave of me, I have lost none. Then Simon Peter had a sword, drew it, and smote it, and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Put up thy sword into the sheath. The cup which my father has given me, shall I not drink it? These things had to be for man, looking out for his master. But he had to have the understanding that these things must be fulfilled. Like even what we're going through right now, things must be fulfilled. This is part of the prophecy that was already prophesied against the children. So these things that we going to, us waking up is part of that fulfillment. Us coming back to the Most High God is part of that fulfillment, man. So yes, we're gonna get a lot of people is gonna die because they're not coming back to the Father. But that's part of the prophecies too. So we can march, we can take up arms, we can do all that. But coming back to the Father, all that is for naught. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. You have to lean on the scriptures. His brother know he was an Israelite. He know he an Israelite. I heard him say it. So that means you should be leaning on the Bible, man. Not leaning on our own, what we want to do and how we feel. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Because we warriors too. I'm a warrior too. The brothers with me, warriors too. All the Israelites that I know is warriors too. You think we don't want to do something? But due to the fact that we Israelites, we know we have to hold our peace and let the Lord fight for us. So for though flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yah to the pulling down of strongholds. High thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yah, and bringing into captivity every thought of the obedience of Christ. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Casting down these imaginations that's in our people's head, these lies that's been taught to them all their life. In every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High God. The knowledge of the Most High God is the laws of the Most High God. If they want to come against that, they have to cast that thing down. And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. That's what we need to be focused on, the obedience that Christ is showing us an example of how we're supposed to be. Verse 6, and having readiness to revenge obedience when your obedience is fulfilled. But first, when your obedience is fulfilled, then we can revenge all disobedience. But our obedience isn't fulfilled yet. How's our obedience fulfilled when we still sinning against the Most High God? Let's show what our weapons of warfare is. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. This is the weapon that was right now in this present situation that we in. Let's start at verse Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 12. For the word of God is quick and powerful and an inch sword, piercing even the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intent of the heart. The word of God is what we should be using, man. That's what's going to pierce the soul, going to pierce through the spirit. That's what's going to discern the thoughts. You can mess somebody up from the inside out. The flesh, it ain't gonna do nothing for you. It's a lot of people that revenge killing and didn't get nothing out. A lot of people that did that, and then they have been and did it, and they don't feel nothing because that's the devil. That's to go revenge kill so that you can have that blood on your hand. When that time comes, it will come. We are in captivity, and we have to come back to the power so he can be our power. We can't do this on our, so we need to use the word of the Most High God. That's what we need to do. Get one more. to Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Brother got arrested, man. But what else? We could have said that was gonna happen. He was a threat. He had a threat. You can't let him know it. You can't let him know how you're moving. Not like that. That's what they love right there. They specialize in that type of stuff right there. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. That's what we need to be focused on. Being strong in the Most High God, having that faith, showing him that we know him, because he will come through for you. On the whole armor of Yah, that you got to put that whole armor on. Let's see. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We ain't able to be wasting our time wrestling against flesh and blood with these people. They got the upper hand when it comes to military might. We will never lose the battle. Matter of fact, they can just cut electricity off, and our people is messed up. They did it to us in Israel before several times. They surrounded us. They know how to do that. But we need to lean on the Most High God. Put on the whole armor of Yah. Ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. So let's see what the whole armor of Yah is. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality. That's what that brother was coming against. Put a charge on him for something that happened 3 months ago. That they just said he did. That's how they work. Against the rulers of darkness of this world. How can we fight them? They sitting in places we can't even get to. We hate them against spiritual wickedness in high places. The only way for us to fight spiritual wickedness in high places through the Most High, through the whole armor of Yah, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. For have their loins girt about with truth. What's the truth? Let's get the truth right quick. Psalms 194. And it reads, thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law truth. So we got to have our loins girded about with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. We do that. A lot of people don't believe it because they don't do it. But until you do it and see the power of the Most High God work, then you're just gonna be an unbeliever. I'm out. See how he works. And it say, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. What's righteousness? Let's get it defined. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God. He has commanded us to be obedient by doing the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. That's our righteousness. So put on a blessed breastplate of right. Put on that truth, which is the laws, and the breastplate of righteousness, which is the commandments, which is obedience. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Preparation of the gospel of peace. That's what we strive with one another first and foremost, man. Peace. How can we fight anybody if we don't even have peace? Even when them brothers out there and those protesters out there, they wasn't on the same page. They didn't have peace. For us to do this thing, we have to be on the same page. Verse 16. Above all, taking the shield of faith. Let's get faith right quick. Hebrews 7:1. Faith. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidencing. So you have faith that the Most High gonna take care of you without you actually seeing it or him telling you face to face. You look at what we have going on, and that's how you see how the Most High work. So if you have faith that he gonna take care of you, you got to him. by doing his law. That's showing faith. I believe the Lord is going to protect me. So therefore, I'm going to keep his laws, his commandments. I'll be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. He said, by doing these things, you will be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Because that means you're avoiding the wicked, which means you're going to have less problems than the average person. Because a lot of people run to the wickedness and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the spirit, which is the word of Yah. That's the spirit, man. When you in the word, when you keeping these laws, such commandments, when you living by it, walking by it, that's how you in the spirit. Verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit, in the word of God, and watching thereunto perseverance and supplication for all saints. That's what we need to be doing. Praying for our people, man. Coming back to our God, seeking him 10 times more. Not taking up arms against the damn devil that got more artillery than you can count. So I just want to bring that message, man. They got another one of our brothers, but we got our history. We seen how they did Martin Luther, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, the Black Panthers, man, Huey P. Newton. Even Larry Hoover started these for a positive reason, but they took him out. We already have a leader. We already have a king. He already left the example. They can't take him. We got to do is follow the blueprint, follow the game plan, and walk by faith and not by sight. So we praise to the Most High God. And in the name of his son, Hamashiach Yahushua, Ka Allah, Yahuwah, and Shalom.